Hello, everybody. This is Kimchi Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Ethereum can go 100x, according to Tom Lee, Ethereum convert. Let's dive in. Microfounder Pop, you must have heard of him. He is an altcoin all-in player as of now. He remains all-in into altcoins because he thinks there's 200 to 500% to be made in the next 2 to 4 months in altcoins. Lots of altcoins haven't really gotten back to their levels from early 2025. Of course, some aren't going to be showing momentum, but the recent move of Ethereum is the first step forwards to more risk-on appetite. He bets on Ethereum and then large-cap altcoins, I suppose. He bets on Ethereum. Relatively speaking, however, Michael is a nothing burger. Here comes Ethereum convert. He says Bitmain is buying Ethereum 12x faster than Strategy bought Bitcoin. And expert Tom Lee predicts Ethereum price hits 16,000 by the end of this year. It was previously 7,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, now 16,000. He also mentioned Ethereum is having its Bitcoin 2017 moment. This is the kind of the most bullish interview I've ever seen regarding Ethereum. The Bankless channel, he had an interview with two guys. He mentioned this is the biggest Ethereum bull we've ever seen, 5% of total Ethereum supply. Ryan summarized his interview into like this. Tom Lee is moving 12x faster than Michael Saylor, except he's buying Ethereum now. He's dead serious about owning 5% of all Ethereum circulation supply. Currently, Bitmain owns only 0.7% of Ethereum right now. At this rate, he'd hit 5% of all Ethereum sometime in 2026. That's 6 million Ethereum. Right now, around 830,000 Ethereum to 6 million. It's more than 7x. $20 billion at current price. He is buying as fast as possible to lock in below 10K. He thinks Ethereum still has 100x upside. Wait, Ethereum to go 100x? That's not what I'm saying, but Tom Lee mentioned. He even thinks Ethereum could flip in Bitcoin. And let's be realistic. The market cap of gold is $23 trillion. But if that is right, Ethereum would be worth $40 trillion in market cap. Bitcoin current market cap is around $2.3 trillion. Well, anyway, Bitmain would be one of the world's most valuable companies, and ETH treasury companies would have a sovereign put. The US government might need to acquire their assets in order to set up a public ETH treasury. This sounds crazy, I know, but this reminds me of Roger Ver in December 2015. I invited him at my Bitcoin conference back in 2015. He mentioned Bitcoin would go 100x. It was around 200, 300 for the entire 2015. That was the most disastrous the bear market I've ever remembered. And he said the Bitcoin would go like bananas. And 2 years later, it came true. I don't know about the price prediction of Ethereum, this Bitcoin. I've never thought this is gonna happen that fast. Who knows exactly to what price level? Nobody knows that. But would it better have both Bitcoin and Ethereum? That was my conclusion. Another guy mentioned this, the new Ethereum treasury company, Fundamental Global. It's the asset manager in the United States. They filed to raise $5 billion to buy Ethereum. Yes, you heard that right. $5 billion to buy Ethereum. And here's what's happening. Fundamental Global filed a massive $5 billion shelf offering. The majority of proceeds will be used to accumulate Ethereum. They plan to stake, restake, liquid stake, and DeFi their way to Ethereum per share growth. Their goal is to maximize Ethereum per share for investors. ETH will serve as their long-term treasury asset. Their sole focus is maximizing Ethereum accumulation and value accretion. This is institutional Ethereum accumulation on a new another level, just like Bitcoin had experienced. At least what they are saying is consistent with what they do. So I think we'd better pay some attention. I don't believe that there's a price prediction, especially with specific dates. I don't believe any of them, to be honest. But just think Ethereum of that it can be categorized, defined as digital oil these days. It could also be superior collateral and smart contract platform, and it could be a treasury asset. The thing is, digital gold, Bitcoin, it's somewhat easily understood by those, global institutions, billionaire investors. But Ethereum, it will take some more time. That's what I think. It's also, Ethereum is a world computer for tokenized assets, the foreign currencies, etc. I don't expect 10x this cycle from Ethereum. However, what if tokenization really takes place and launched on Ethereum? What if all currencies, assets moved onto Ethereum? It will take a longer time than you expect, but at the same time, I will take some handsome profits by the year end or early next year. Whether that's Ethereum, whether that's Solana, XRP, or even Bitcoin. I will go with this two-track strategy. 80% of my portfolio, I will go swing play. I will play swing. When time goes bad, I will buy more. When it goes like bananas, I will take profit for sure. But the rest of my 20% of my portfolios, I will just hodl it for the next 5 to 10 years. The best strategy is to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and do nothing for the next 5 to 10 years for sure. But unless you are a multi-billion millionaire right now, you can't help but to go two tracks just like me. Due to, as you know, huge volatility of altcoins. Any thoughts? Thank you for listening.